All right. All right. What a relief. Welcome to the October meeting of the Silicon Valley Fourth Interest Group. So it says, it used to say rumors, gossip, announcements, blather. Anybody got any rumors, gossip, blather? Okay. We were talking at lunch about this company that had sort of a logic analyzer and development system architecture that plugged into a Windows-based computer. And it ran on Forth, and you could write macros for it in Forth. So you could acquire data and do things like that. Does anybody remember what that's called? What the name of the company was? Me neither. Okay. We were talking about why Fourth Day was on the third Saturday of November. And it has, I think in the last, I want to say 25 years, it has been on the third Saturday almost all the time, with some few exceptions. One of the reasons is not to interfere with people that had lives and celebrated Thanksgiving. But also, I wanted to mention to those of you who were not here to hear me say it earlier, the Thanksgiving holiday weekend was the annual formal conference at Asilomar, where they would go up to Monterey, down to Monterey, gather from all over the world, and talk about Forth. And if someone could email me if there's any presence of formal conference proceedings scanned in and posted on the web, it's maybe something that we could undertake to accomplish. The discussion on whether that would be useful may actually occupy us for a few minutes on Fourth Day. But the guy that organized the main head big banana of Fourth Day was Bob Reiling. And after he passed away in '99, diminishing interest and his lack of the lack of his great efforts also meant the demise of Fourth Day. Another thing we were talking about earlier was our organization motto. I think I mentioned on the way to lunch that our motto, our official motto, as instituted by the program chair, is organization may be too strong a word. And I'd also like to nominate that as our mission statement. So if you're interested in mission statements, one of the cuts on Weird Al Yankovic's latest album is this. Weird Al Yankovic's mission statement. So I encourage you to buy or download or view on YouTube his very creative and enjoyable work. So there. So for those of you who haven't nodded off, any further blather, or shall we take a short intermission 5 minutes in and get Brad up here to start his all right. I did want to mention that coming soon on fourth day, we're expecting that Ting will not be catering this year. We'd like to thank him for all the previous years that he did cater. Always enjoyable. We will be having mostly pizza from the treehouse here at Stanford. I think that there's going to be some choice in that matter. If you can't eat pizza, there are other accommodations we might make for you. It would be most helpful if you'd communicate with us in advance of the actual meeting so that we could expect and provide for that necessity. So on that cheerful note, we're going to take a 2 to 5 minute break, and then Brad will hold forth. Thank you.
How's the frame working out?
Good. Tweak the instruction set. Interesting. And they had a tweaking is I have to tweak there because tweaking here is delayed so bad.
Is there value in getting the having the screen sharing the slide in the Hangout?
Yes, it is much clearer.
Okay.
If you want to do Hangout.
Okay.
Do you want me to invite you?
Yes, yes. Let's try it. Since we're, we could experiment with things that would. The other thing I occasionally wonder after the fact, maybe not then. Maybe we don't fiddle then. Let's see.
There we go. There's no physical. See it?
Let me see if that will actually work.
Certainly comes through much better if you share your screen rather than me taking a picture of you sharing your screen.
Indeed. I just need to figure out. Let's see. Oh, this is. Uh-huh. Join the Hangout.
You know that you had a, you could buy.
Let's see. Turn on camera. Join. I believe I have. How do I? Let's see.
I switch you.
Okay.
That's much
Is that a better shot? That's much better. Yeah, that is. Okay. Where we okay. We should. Yeah.
As opposed to, I can go back to you and so at least
You can't hide the little thing. It's. There we go. Now, I gather in certain snazzy what is often done is that they, try to get one person set up sharing and then have the slide decks all ahead of time. But that's entirely too much logistical hassle.
that is it's Kevin's thing.
Organization is overrated.
Indeed. We do surprisingly well without it, honestly. You'd be shocked how badly, all the millions of dollars of snazzy equipment, and sometimes it. Oh, hey, as needed, yes. There we go.
Very nice.
Look at my mug.
And they're showing us paper tape. This machine. Right. It's like paper pool or paper tape. Some big screen over here. But they're making clothing. Is there? I would like to use but
There is a chat.
people I've heard it expressed that you have to join Google groups or Google Plus. I guess I have two members just on Google Plus. That's what
Yes, you do.
send an email, membership, parents, that's not surprising. So I guess I don't understand it either. The thing that I would like to do, and Dave's not taking attention, he just said that there's a free TV that we're going to borrow. Well, I have to check on that.
Really want
I really want it.
Okay.
But I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore. I just wanted to have it if I meant it. I don't know if seniors would like to be able to look over here and say, oh, Harry from Wisconsin says that I suck. Well, Harry, you suck too.
It's basically a global projector that projects on across the screen. I mean, like the stage.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's the VGA.
It's, as long as it's bigger than, 6 inches diagonal, like over here. But, if we put it normal to the direction of the ceiling, it may, some people can see it, it may be down too low, but good. Put it up on top of the table.
No, it's very big.
So if it's down too low, it would be like here, somewhere.
And I guess I could put,
I can show you what it's like.
put hangout picture off the door.
Not really. That's, to get the question asked. Well, the answer will be the speaker collaborating here. The questions will be here in Hangout.
That's a company that's,
Well, I guess we're not going to use Hangout because it's right.
Okay, what are we gonna use?
That's the question asked George. Is email a good thing? The SVFIG email group?
My favorite, put virus running.
Yeah.
Open source. Folks use
IRC.
Well, like Microsoft IRC. Asks, what's the name of the board? Yes. I don't like that. I don't like it.
Rather than have out of the technical program. You just say, okay, if you want one comment or question, email to, let's say, Comcast.net email address and say, okay, I send an email to this and you can put it up on the screen. You can repeat this several times during the course of it. And somebody can look at these emails as they come in and say, well, that's really so fun, or that's a good question, and put the question on the screen.
coverage basically.
The speaker can reach the doors or use it as he chooses.
Viewers, person that's doing that filter.
Are you willing to do that?
It has to be hooked to the monitor, instructed.
Just a separate subsystem. It's one George, one laptop,
Asking,
running, whatever email client, and email address. One or another, and putting it up on the screen.
Let the email go. Everyone who wants to do this surely is subscribed to SVFIG's mail.
No.
Yes.
There are a lot of emails that are on this.
Am I remembering correctly? Like Spring like RC Spring Road, you can just go through and log in. No, it's just a web page. You go and I think you can just do IRC.
Can we talk about this during the time that,
You want to know the agenda, move
and we're
Yeah. I don't know if you need an account for it or not. It used to be you could just go there and key in make up whatever name and then.
Okay.
Anyway.
Let's get back to talks.
They may have lost.
For those who are listening, stop. Start listening. Say your name.
My name is Brian. So today I'm going to talk about, as I did for haiku, and in particular I'm going to talk about adding a comment system, and also a little bit about my sort of attempts to resurrect the desire to blog. So for those of you who have been completely ignoring me for the last many years, fourth haiku is a way of expressing a frustration in fluid form. There's a web-based interface for editing that shares the source code with other folks on the internet. And one of the things is that you can post your haikus anonymously. Other people can derive a word from haikus, and they can then produce drawn works and sort of embellish what you've done. There's a kind of a feedback loop. Start something, somebody makes a variation of it, and it bounces back to that sort of thing. So this is the interface. It looks like there's a set of top haikus. Actually, that's an overhaul. But you see the ones that have commonly been put at the top, and you see a string of them as they come in. And people get to select a name for the haiku, they get to specify their own name. There's no authentication of that. There's no prompt or anything. And one of the things about it is that you don't have to make any let me click on this one. Edit that one, change something. Oh, I like how I changed it. Let me repost it. Make up a name for it. Maybe I'll identify it as name. Maybe I'll do blank and it's labeled. As many of these are. These are all people wanting to pay. There's some that are anonymous. So one area though where this has kind of had good and bad is communication. When people who are using the haikus create and they can communicate through the haikus, they can make something pretty and somebody else. And the title actually ended up being the primary vehicle for communication. So you'll have folks that will actually, title their haiku, "Hey Bob, check out this," or respond to this. And in some cases, they do that in attempt to contact me. And there's been partially, I've made it a little opaque on the site, not wanting to be personally spam, how to go about contacting the author. And so in some cases we've had, this sort of worldwide loop of, somebody in Russia figures out that somehow this is connected with FIG, and let's contact Sam, who then contacts me, and I get back to it. So it's been communication has been very roundabout. And similarly, when some of the users have been sort of debating, what should the different words do exactly in terms of their numeric behavior, and they've had to conduct those conversations through the haikus, which in some ways is good. It sort of forces them to have content. There's a minimum bar to posting the haiku, and you have at least some kind of an image connected with it, but it's also very roundabout. So for a long time, I've wanted to do something to improve the situation, but a number of things have kept me from that. And also by the way, the haikus are being a bug tracker. They'll post a haiku that demonstrates some bug and say, this haiku is wrong in this way because of this property or something. And that's some inefficient as well. So in adding
Problem there, always expectations.
perhaps. So anyways, fixing this, I sort of had this laundry list of goals for a long time. Folks failing to comment on the haiku. If somebody makes a haiku, it isn't necessarily to respond to that haiku by deriving a work from it, because the original author needs a little bit level. But one of the things that's kind of insurgent from doing that I really don't want to understand, I will sometimes haikus go for months at a time, and I don't, they don't often do anything to be spammy. And one of my concerns would be that if somebody were to suddenly discover, hey, there's a place online, post random stuff, and suddenly get content, I really got to manage that. I want the option to be moderated, and I don't want to be locked into one approach. I would hate to be in a situation where I've done something and then I have a bunch of old content that I want to transfer it. And I'm also worried about the doing this with there's a certain amount of free that you get on Athens, and I generally stayed with Coda, and I don't particularly want to spend money on this, and so exercise because what would be around otherwise, I don't really use a lot of space for. And then another really big one is that I kind of like the fact that people can just show up there, look at it, and they don't have to create an account or log in with something. I'd like to do the same thing with comments. So the old plan in my head for a long time was that I would build this into the app, and I would actually write the features to support this. And I might allow people to log in with a thing called Open ID, or you can log in with a Google account or a Facebook account or a number of other things. But I could use that for login, and I could keep a database of them. I somehow manually vet the spam, and pretty much just hope that I don't go over quota. And that was such a half-baked plan that I haven't acted on it for years now. Then there's I came across a blog that's done by an acquaintance of mine, Eli Bendingson, who I noticed one day he suddenly has a weird forum on his blog, and he had been using WordPress to do his blog for the longest time, which WordPress is this open source sort of full server system. There's a version of it that you can create your blog on and store it on main instance, or you can run your own copy of it. And I've been running my own copy for a while. And so he switched to this thing called Pelican, which is a Python-based blogging tool that cooks up all the content ahead of time and then dumps out a bunch of static content to be served up somewhere. But for initially I couldn't figure out how he was doing with his static system, how he was doing comments. I learned very quickly that he was using a thing called Discuss. Now, this is a strange, brand name of our age, and it took a little while to find the definitive pronunciation. In my head, I still look at this and say, I think it's Squish, but
I see that and say discus.
Discus. Oh, that's good. Now you're good.
That's a real thing.
Yes. Well, anyhow, I tracked down. There's actually some page for the CEO of this company where he definitively states that the pronunciation is discuss. Basically. So, by the way, I do recommend Eli's blog. He typically he does blogs for a lot of he kind of goes into depth, and in a lot of cases very low level talk. So it's things like how do linkers work, that kind of low level detail, and oftentimes it's multi-part stuff. His blog is everything that I aspire to be able to do in publication. It's very details of articles that are out on a given topic become kind of a definitive arc. You want to know about elf headers and whatnot. His blog is often the place to go. So Discuss basically lets you farm out your forum. That's sort of their business model. And the way you can do this is with client-side injection. So the idea is that you put something on your page that injects this external forum into it. And they have a fairly easy mechanism for you to do this. You put a little blurb of HTML in, and this introduces their form. They have a very nice looking UI. I'll show it to you all in a moment. And there's spam filtering. There's a UI that you as the forum owner can use to moderate to whatever degree you want to. There's all sorts of options for how you want it to look, how you want it embedded. I should know it works with mobile as well. I have a level web page and it behaves pretty much the same. And one critical thing is that they're not trying to lock in. There's taking the forum data and extracting it in XML. And another key one is they do, if you choose to put on the setting to allow anonymous, folks can either if they want to have a profile photo and have it definitively stated that this posting was from this particular person. There's a way to log in either through a Discuss account, or they can you can use OpenID and use a Google account or a Facebook account to log in. And in many cases, depending on your settings on those accounts, you may actually log in. So there's also all these options in terms of hosting. And it's actually pretty well used. I had never noticed this before. I constantly log it out. It's actually, now that I'm aware of it, I'm noticing it all over the place when I go to random websites, particularly like the San Francisco, Politico, ABC, they all use this. The forums kind of have the same style and look to them. You go to these sites and you click on the story and scroll down and it's the same interface. So it's kind of got the credibility of being something widely used. Maybe too small for doing Hangout, so this might be visible. This is the I'm really surprised that it's quite this. My guess is that started out with something more crude than wanted to make it too popular or whatever. But basically, the key thing in this huge orb of stuff, these four fields, and the key thing is that when you've got a site filled, say, with a bunch of articles for your news site, typically what you want to do is you want people to discuss a particular article and have that one corner. And you may want to navigate between related articles, but you need some way to their service article is. And so you have your short name, which is just the identifier for you take it. Forum overall has a short name. And then from this article, ideally you get an ID they can use to connect the discussion forum for that article or ID, and then you also give a title and a permanent. Actually, I don't think the title has to be permanent. Sort of you got this is the article this article is at. And what then happens is that if you relay out the website, they can, as long as you follow the unique IDs around, you can change the how the page is set up, and you would still be able to have your forum have the right thing show up in the right place for each piece of the discussion. And there is a standard discovery across sites. If you check to get the right options, it's a possibility that somebody uses it looks to them such service resembles pertaining to your form, then you can move right to you or vice versa. In some cases, part of their monetization is they can actually pay to direct traffic to your site in this way. Or similarly, you can get paid by directing traffic from your site somewhere else. So that's sort of where they get that's how they're funding keeping this operating. The nice thing is that they
Advertising your synergy.
yes, exactly. But the nice thing is that they're the one worried about storing this. They're the one worried about spam. They're the one worried about whether there's a quota. All of which small second before I go and show what this looks like. Originally, when I had done the haikus, believe it or not, my goal was to blog. And the haikus were meant to be a topic. And so the idea was I was going to have my site, this is why it's called Fourth Salon, in case anybody has pondered what does Fourth Salon have to do with haiku. Originally it was going to be, here's my blog about faith-related things, and then here are these haikus as a kind of little decorative afterthought. But as it happens, blogging is a serious personal commitment in terms of time and energy, and I very rapidly fell off the horse. I think I did, in the span of 3 years, I did 3 articles, which is terrible. They were tiny articles too, which doesn't speak to my abundant free time. Part of I think where I may have gone astray is that the whole site is done as a web app. And actually, a sizable part of the Haiku site had nothing to do with the haikus. It was actually all the backend database plumbing to let me have a little backdoor interface that I could go in and the idea I think I had in my head was, here, I would blog on my phone when inspiration strikes me. And so there's all this UI that no one but me ever sees that was used for granted with these 3 posts, because even though I tried to make it relatively flexible, it wasn't flexible enough for me to actually use it. And I very quickly discovered that if you try to type something up on your phone, you have typos, and you want to go back and change it, and it just doesn't work at all. So basically, this was a piece of cruft hanging around for the longest time. So what I did in the course of integrating Discuss is I decided to drop the built-in blog, and I transitioned to a separate blog, and I just went ahead and did it's a very simple thing. It started with a Python script that blasts out sort of formatted HTML, generates an index for the articles, and lets me just sort of, if I'm going to write an article, I'm going to do it in front of a real computer. I'm going to, spell check it and, use VI to edit it. I'm going to do all of these things and stuff. Something that's programmatically generated so I can change how it's formatted is good, but at the same time, having it be something where it's in a database on the server and all, it was way too complicated. So I tore all of that out. I bucket loaded the precious 3 articles into the new format just to make sure it's the same. And I've logged a little bit since then. I think I've had maybe 3 or 4 more since then. So that's, my rate has at least improved a little bit. I varied the topics a little bit just based on whatnot. So anyways, I'll show that as well, which is another nice side effect of this. Oh, and so what I'm doing at the moment at least is I've got this very, very small Python script, and the articles are just data at the top of the script, and so I, have a title and a date, and I have the tags for topics, and there's a summary, and then the rest of the article, and it's well-formatted. So I'm going to do that now, switch over and demo. So first thing I want to do is actually let's try the site first of all. So navigate now. Here's what things look like. And this portion doesn't look that different, but one thing that I did is, well, I should mention the other thing that I did recently was I discovered that Breakdowson is not a very unique identifier, remarkably. If you're trying to actually have an identity online, so I basically have carved out an identity around a username called flags, where I grabbed various things with this, and I figured out that this is a name that I can grab. So this is the handle that I'm attempting to have an identity under at the moment, at least. We'll see how that goes. I'll let you know. But the portion from here on down is actually is the blog, and the way I'm actually managing this, I've also got so flagzone.com is just the blog portion, and partially why I wanted to separate that out is the haiku is their own, and I don't necessarily think that Slate too is that label. And then what I'm doing, on the haiku site, I have an iframe from there down, and I'm injecting that. And so this is basically just a very large redrawn volume. For all intents and purposes, the blog and the haikus are now separate. It's actually separate. I have the forum the blog, but it's completely separate from the haikus. I don't know if that. I don't know if I'll come to regret that, but that's what it is. So the key thing here in terms of Discuss, if we click on one of these haikus, we go into haiku, and everything on top is the same. But we scroll down to the bottom. This is what the actual Discuss looks like, and the interesting things I discovered is I haven't the coloring that was chosen here is some dynamic term, like they interrogated my page and decided this is the color scheme. There's a bunch of custom that I gathered, somehow decided this was to go with my favorite. Wow. Yes. So what happens is that there's a prompt, and right now I'm logged in. So if you type something in post, it posts. If you show up anonymously, there's a little icon like this, and you can anonymous post, and they're tied to down below. They show comments from other places on the same site. So right now, this particular haiku and most of the haikus don't have some long specific comments. So instead, they'll show links to other haikus on other haikus that are made. And the title of the haiku, right now the title, I'm showing the title and the author. I'm a little concerned, actually, that may prove to be confusing, because you see you've got the haiku by a certain person, and then you've got somebody else posting about it. So particularly if the same person who's, wrote the haiku is that's being public. So this is great. This lets people do what they've been wanting to do with this for a while. And what this looks like from the moderator inside is I just go to the Discuss website, and this is the moderator UI, and basically there's a list of here's all the various postings, and I have the option to sort of manually work them in. There's a bunch of options for how I decide what that is. I can blacklist the people. I can require that it comes to me before it gets posted. All of that sort of thing. And I have some amount of IP addresses who post and whatnot. More information even on the anonymous posts. And so my feeling at this point is that, and I've gotten a certain amount of stuff people talking a little back and forth. At this point, I leave my settings relatively open because I'm not getting enough spam that I care. It seems like a page about where does not attract the spammers quite to the degree that you would fear. So, and folks, Monday is one of the posters of a very nice season. I gathered created a profile. I don't know if it's actually with Discuss or through one of the federated login services. So that's been nice. Here's what the blog. I kept sort of the same style of formatting, but I've been able to. I have similarly have the same Discuss UI on the bottom. And remarkably, the blog has attracted no postings. The haikus have gotten a number of them at least.
Forgive the interruption. Rick Collins says that something is wrong with the audio. There is a very pronounced echo. I can't understand.
Do we have two microphones on? That would be obvious.
Are you broadcasting or?
I am.
I'll tell Rick that we're muted now.
I am muted. Oh, I was not muted? Oh, that's horrible.
We're not muted.
I thought I had that. Okay.
Well, now it's moved. Let's move now. Okay.
Oh, are you going to mute? Are there multiple of them?
Make sure I'm in the right place. Should I find some earphones? I got to figure out how to do this.
Let's see if I've got earbuds with me.
Got
it? Okay, so was it my laptop that was not muted?
Yeah, your laptop was not muted.
Okay, well.
Sorry, my fault.
No, I thought I had said it, was why. Okay, all right. So here's the blog. The nice thing here is that so this was I just entered the HTML for this more or less directly into the Python script. One nice feature of Python that fortunately is also you can easily do this in Forth as well, but there's a triple quote option, so you can have multiple lines of text embedded in a single string, and so you have a big multi-line string where you do triple quote at the beginning and triple quote at the end. The other thing is that lets me generate an archive where I can sort of show, okay, here's all of the different ones, and here they are sort of sorted into category by topic tags, and so my hope is that as I get ambitious, I will fill up these these categories, and I can add new categories just by tagging things with a new category, and that I will fill this blog up plentifully. Although you can tell from here, my last posting was on October 14th, so somewhat. Let's see. While I'm here, we might as well also take a quick gander at some of the recent haikus. Let's see what's fun lately. Let me go get a few of them going. One of the things I've been seeing recently is there's been a large effort on around minimalism. There's been several that are very, very small. They're not jumping out at me. Let's see. Ooh, that one looks. I haven't seen this one before. Some amount of effort on tunnels and whatnot. So let's see. What's this one doing? That's very small. Oh, interestingly, they're running somewhat slower, probably because of the video. Oh, that's very nice. That's a real haiku. Oh my! Look at that. So that's just this tiny little thing. I believe it's actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wow! It's 575. What do you know?
Does it animate?
No, this one doesn't. But it's 575, so that's no small. I mean, and it looks like something. That's that right there is awesome. In fact, awesome. 5. So I will post in here. Oops, is it 7.7? Dope. Oop.
You want to hear the problem? Is it still there?
Or
Maybe this will tell you what's wrong.
1, 2, 3. No, it's 5.7. It's 5.75. Oops. Oh, I said 5.77 though. or rather 5.75.
You turn off.
This.
Go into the problem. Why don't we take a moment?
Okay. So.
Let's try music. Hello? Are you speaking? Hello? Hello? Did that get rid of it?
Hello? 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 I have on my box. Hello? Hi there. Hello? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Nothing action? Hello?
For Kevin to.
I hear nothing right now.
You're hearing nothing?
Oh. Minutes ago. Oh.
Right.
Isn't it?
It's.
Try.
Does this
Video and the echoey thing.
Yeah, it's now back to the echoey thing? Let me double check.
I'm listening to the testing 1, 2, 3 stuff now. Is that echoey or not? Yes, it is echoey.
It's still echoey. Yeah, it's picking up, somehow it's picking up a mic over here. Um, audio. It's also picking up audio out of that.
Is there a mic in the camera?
Are you going from the PC to the? Get rid of it if it's there. Well, let's go over to Droid Cam. So who does it think is in there? It thinks you're muted, but see, I can tap here,
And this is
and
what
this is picking it up.
when you turn down the local input volume, and maybe the other. Maybe it's being combined on your because you're getting the audio from there too.
Yeah, see, this is where you're coming in.
Right.
So I can't mute me.
When you mute this back.
But this isn't showing
This
me.
looks like it's slower. The more.
Would it be reasonable?
Yes.
Would it be reasonable to cut it out and restart the streaming?
Why
We'll
not?
log off.
Don't know yet.
Is it possible to just deactivate having so we see if
So
mine
this is
being
the
in the mix
wrong
supply?
place. This is, I want to be in audio. Getting there is.
I mean, is too much off at your? I believe it is. Okay, and then we actually, not here. I can disconnect. Yeah. Does that make any difference? Oh, you know what?
But
No. You see, the Hangout is getting rebroadcasted because he was sharing his desktop, which includes the audio in Hangout.
I don't think
Are you
so.
you're still getting the.
That's for.
You turn this off. You're still getting something.
I'm still getting something here. And I don't know where it is. But that's for speech recognition.
Right.
Audio devices. There you go. Recording.
It's still, even after we did that, it still sounds crappy.
Well, this is now. I turned this off, and he's getting.
Yes. And properties for that one. Use this device. Don't use this device.
Hello? There we go. Okay. Shall I I'll go ahead and reshare because I don't think that.
Switch this. Now check.
All right. Let's
All
see.
right, so
And then I'm going to go back in just because I think that was not the issue.
here.
He had two microphones on, the wireless one and the one that's built into his.
And turning off the built-in one is fine.
Well, okay, lessons learned for fourth day.
Remember,
That thing has
off
to
now.
be off, but also somebody should be watching.
We
the
need
stream.
to have two in like you're in now.
Well, I'm watching the YouTube.
Oh, you're watching, that's why you're so slow. We have to have two people in because that's the only way. I can't hear from this computer what I'm putting out. One computer's not enough. Okay, still sounds.
Okay. Still sounds bad?
Want to listen?
What? Did something go?
That's right, you're not on mute.
Is that no? Hold on. Did I just introduce this now? Let me make sure I'm not. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Try now. Say something, Brad.
Hello, hello. Nope, nope. That's not working. Is that working? It'll take. Oh, okay.
It takes a little while to get through.
La di
Easily
da.
on the YouTube stream.
Ah.
Not a software tutor.
Why did stuff promise such a beauteous day and make me travel forth without my cloak?
Too much bandwidth, so this is so.
Wee dee 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 dee.
I am definitely on.
La di da di da. La. No longer mourn for me. Hello. Is that working?
Whenever you're going.
Okay, well, it's still echoing.
Oh wait, is it echoing because now we're hearing the?
No, this should be like a minute echo.
No, but you're.
Call. I'm not in the Hangout. I'm watching the YouTube stream. It would be like a 1 minute echo.
Oh right, yeah.
So in 1 minute we'd be.
So we're
picking
still
this up.
okay. Let me log in. Let's get me out of the hangout just so that's off the table. So then we're still probably going to have this figured out for fourth day. Okay, so I'm going to be out of the hangout now. Let's not do that. So then let's see if this works. 1, 2, 3. To be or not to be?
So,
that is the
Are you
question.
still talking?
To be or hello, to be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache of 1,000 natural shocks which flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be
Okay,
wished.
so Brad's out of the Hangout and it still sounds echoey.
No,
We're still echoing.
we're still echoing.
Yeah. You can gotta be you.
There's nothing.
Here, is it? Where is it? It's not that.
It's not this now.
Is there some? Is the microphone in the wrong mode? No, standby mic. We've got. This comes in here.
Do you want to try restarting the stream?
What's the difference with these two jacks? Again?
That's Mike. This is
Headphone.
Listen,
So, is there some, is the microphone in the wrong move? Yes.
Do you want to try restarting the stream? I said that a minute ago.